addressed Donald Payne, Jr.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank my colleagues for anchoring tonight's CBC special order on student loans, and thank Congressman Jeffries for that kind observation. Access to quality education is the basis of the American dream. In 1965, the Higher Education Act was passed by Congress and signed into law by President Lyndon Baines Johnson, a former rural schoolhouse teacher who fully understood that education is the greatest equalizer. Since then, student aid in this country has been a springboard that gives hardworking students with low to moderate income the opportunity to realize their goals and transcend economic status. The federal Pell Grant program helps more than 9 million students get to and through college. Unfortunately, while Pell Grants cover a significant portion of tuition, currently it pays for less than 1/3 of a student's tuition at most four-year public colleges. Given rising tuition costs and the decline in family incomes, the importance of financial aid has only increased with time. The cost of college tuition in the U.S. has increased by more than 1,000%. Yes, 1,000% since the 1980s. This is more than the growth in the Consumer Price Index. At the same time, the federal Pell Grant is covering an even smaller percentage of the overall college cost. As a result, the success of our graduates is being hampered by mounting debt. 2/3 of college seniors who graduated in 2011 accumulated more than $26,000 in student loan debt. And I am increasingly concerned about New Jersey's graduates who hold the 10th highest debt among college students in our nation. And while the cost of an education rises and the amount of the student debt skyrockets, young people struggle to find work. They've done everything we've asked them to do. They've worked hard, they've gotten an education, but unemployment for young college graduates remains at 8.8%. So our graduates' dreams of making it on their own are stifled. They are forced to put their lives on hold, move back home with their parents, and pinch pennies to pay off their mounting debt. Not only does this debt negatively impact the quality of life for our young people, but it weakens our economy and our workforce as well. Financial constraints caused by student loan debt discourage recent graduates from pursuing public service jobs and medical fields that serve our seniors and low-income communities. Yet, knowing all of this, my Republican colleagues have been working overtime to exacerbate the problem and make college even less affordable. In 2014, the 2014 budget eliminates mandatory funding for Pell Grants and freezes the maximum grant for 10 years, while also cutting eligibility. As of July 1st, federal student loan rates are set to double. Instead of adopting efforts to keep interest rates low for young people in a volatile economic environment, my Republican colleagues have introduced a bill and are voting on it this week that can increase rates far beyond this July increase. As I like to call it, it's the Making College More Expensive Act. Mr. Speaker, I beg your patience as I go through a little rudimentary arithmetic. Right now, student loan interest rates are fixed at 3.4%, meaning a student pays about $4,000 in interest payments on a 5-year loan. If we do nothing and the interest rate expires this July, rates will double to 6.8%, and a student will pay nearly $9,000 more than the double on the same 5-year loan. Now, if we do what the Republicans want us to do and pass their bill this week, student loan interest will skyrocket to an estimated 7.4%. and the same student would pay $10,000 in interest. In other words, if we do absolutely nothing, nothing at all, it would be better than if we passed the Republicans' proposed bill in the House. Now, I'm not suggesting that we do nothing. This body must act. But it is a sad reality when doing nothing is better than going along with what the Republicans are pushing. Rather than invest in our future and entrepreneurs of America, they propose to balance the budget on the backs of low to moderate income students. I fear that by ignoring a generation buried under debt, we will cripple this country's future. This great nation is supposed to be the land of opportunity for all, regardless of what you look like or where you come from. Throughout our history, the opportunities afforded to people of various backgrounds have built this nation, creating a large and thriving middle class. Access to education has been the catalyst to this growth. As we look to our future, it is critical that we place education at the forefront of the plans for our success. We can start by stopping the doubling of student loan interest rates and by once again making a college education affordable for all of those who want one. Thank you. I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank the distinguished gentleman.